Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Voxel Tycoon. I'm going to let it run at two times speed here since we're making cash, and we're going to be spending cash this episode, I believe. All right, let me dismiss that message. I guess I should have right-clicked on it. We got a couple options here. I was thinking between episodes, what's best? Let me tell you what I'm thinking about. One option we're going to do freight trains, by the way. That's kind of the goal for this episode. One option is to try and supply these iron bars by train, kind of coming into maybe this existing train station. But that means we got to set up a new freight station over here somewhere, probably up this way, I'm guessing. And then we can extend these train tracks here. We've got dual tracks. Bring these through this way. In fact, we might be able to, well, we'll see how far we keep them apart, but we can bring these guys off to the right. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do here with this intersection. This is our people train. I laugh because it's horribly set up. I mean, it's really quite strange. Like this, I think we were off like 1 pixel or 1 block. That's why this is kind of squirrely. These will not connect up straight. And I'm a little leery to mess with it. So that will be the big challenge of doing that. But yeah, we would get a freight station here, start picking up iron ore via freight train, drop that iron ore off here at Amana Colony's upper, this big train station, and then reroute our trucks that are delivering iron bars here to Amana Colony's transfer. That's option one. That's the one I'm kind of leaning towards. The other one I considered is starting clean up here in Orem. Right? We unlocked this a few episodes ago. We know we're going to want stone. We need stone for some of our research needs. So the other option would be extend that. Whoops. Not sure, I have my fingers on the wrong keys there. But the other option would be to put a freight station out this way, start mining the stone, and route that stone all the way. I guess we would drop it off at the same freight station here near where our research laboratory is. I know some of you guys have mentioned in the comments that we could have multiple laboratories, and that makes sense. We could definitely do that. We could pop down different laboratories. I kind of like the way it is right now just because it's easy to keep track of. But yeah, there's no reason we couldn't slap more down. Usually it's not the laboratory progress that's slowing us down. It's just my gameplay skills. But yeah, so if we wanted to route that stone, the first place we need it, I think, is at the research lab. Now, the other option we have with stone is just finding a business that wants it. Like here's one that wants some stone. I don't know if that's refined stone or if that's the raw stuff we get out of the ground. And, you know, maybe route it in through one of our existing stations here. Or even this one, potentially we could have some trucks we could have a freight station over here and have trucks pick it up and deliver stone over this way, and then have trucks pick up stone from there and drop it off to the research lab. Since those research lab needs are kind of temporary, I wouldn't want a freight station just for that, but we're probably going to have one here anyway for the iron. So that's the other option, but I'm thinking it's a little easier and a little cleaner just to stick focused on the iron bars. All right, so that's enough babbling. Let's do that. Let's focus on the iron bars. And that's going to involve getting a big freight station out here. We may rework this road. What I'm thinking is our factory, we could use belts to feed warehouses here next to where the train station would be. Now, this whole road I put in, I guess we could leave that, and I could put the freight station way up here. We could do that. There's going to be some terraforming involved, probably, to get a large station. We've got plenty of space. It is by train, so it doesn't matter if we're a little far away. And we can always run belts, like I said, even under the road if we want to, and fill up some warehouses. that supply the train. So why don't we think about that? I'm going to stick with, should we do the terminus station? Like this one where you come in on one side and you come back out the same side you came in? We could try a pass-through, but I just haven't done that yet, so I'm not super confident. We've got room here as well. I'm just thinking we're probably going to rip up all of this track. And we probably want a roundabout here. That's going to allow us to go up and down. Boy, I'm just nervous about joining up with this people train. I guess we just have to forge ahead and try it. But I'm thinking, yeah, freight station here just north of our iron outpost. Maybe this turns into being our iron factory or stays our iron and steel factory complex even after this iron supply wears out. And we just ship in raw iron here. So we could be building for the long term. But again, huge freight station for trains here. And then maybe a roundabout in this area that allows us to expand further south and then hop up north as well. Okay, we're saving here. And allows us to go up north as well. And maybe some more roundabouts or something. Let's just start throwing stuff down and see where we end up. I'm going to level this a bit. We're going to spend some cash this episode. We're at 8 million. So we're doing pretty good. So for all those people slamming my truck network, waiting for trains, that's been kind of paying for all of this development. Let's go ahead and level this land. Boy, this is going to be... Well, let's just go for the gold here. This is going to cost some cash. Boom. All right, let's take a stab at placing the train freight station. Boom, we're going to go big... Great. Okay, now I gotta remember my keys to make this thing wider. I guess I can just use these. Boom. And you can probably hear my mouse clicking away here. There's a shortcut for this. What is it? I'll find it. I don't know that we need 8. How about 6? And then let's see. Does it matter which side is which? I don't think so. But this is kind of what I'm thinking. You're gonna come in. And this is going to be fed off of warehouses nearby. Now, let me swing around this way just because this is what we're familiar with looking at. It's a little far away. Like I said, we can run belts out there. I think we just need to do it. Maybe air on this side. Yeah, let's come back a bit. So it looks like I didn't even need to do some of that terraforming. Boom. That's where it is. All right, we got 6 lanes, 6 parking lot lanes for our trains. Now we want to route these guys. We may even want another roundabout. Let's see, what's down here? We're going to be coming this way. Let's see, this one allows us to go south. I'm just looking at the roundabouts and where we want to place these. I'm sure there's definitely more variety than the roundabouts for train intersections and routing, but I'm going to stick with these for a while just because they're easiest for me to understand. Now, this patch of land is kind of stinky. Got a bunch of hills, but it may not be a bad place for another roundabout. And that would allow us to come down south here, or we could do it in this patch. Hop a roundabout. But then how do we go north? Just thinking about the optimal train routing that's going to give us the most flexibility. Sorry, I keep scrolling around. Let me just sit still here for a second. There's our freight train coming. Fully empty, it looks like, so that's a good sign. So this guy, I need enough room in front of this guy. I think I need room between the freight station and the roundabout. Boy, these tracks are going to get in the way. We're gonna do some damage here, I think. Roundabout here. Yeah, sorry. Maybe I should have planned some of this out between episodes. Let's get this routine set up here into the roundabout. It's been a while since I've done it, so let's try seeing how we get that done. And maybe we will terraform a little bit more. We've got the cash. Not too worried about that. And hopefully we're getting a little more profitability out of our trains. Our people train. And our truck route for the wood. All right. Bear with me here while I think this through. This one is 4. So I've been going with 4s. This is the first one that's a 6. So let's extend the ends out. Like this. And like that. And now we want to connect everything up to each other, I believe. How is that going to work? Got to look at an example here. Let's see. I want to leave a little bit of room to make sure we have signaling. So that guy can go there, and then this guy. Here. There. All right, let's see. Is it control? Trying to delete. Let's get out of that. Bulldoze. I think it's control gets me a little snippet, right? Boom. Ooh, I should do this on pause. I'm going to pause. That way we get our money back as I make mistakes and correct them. So that is another hint. I think we talked about that a couple episodes ago, where if you build while you're paused, you can refund and get your money back. Man, that looks like it's okay. Maybe not, right? With that little guy. That looks suspicious. Let's take it out. It looks okay to me. That looks like it's working. Let's try the other direction now. Somewhere around here. That doesn't look right. That looks a little closer. Is that the middle? Hard to tell. We can always delete if it's not. Okay, and now we need these guys to join in on this. Let's see. Oops, just canceled out of the build menu there. Let's get back in. Delete. Take that whole section out. All right, we're getting there. I think we're off center. Right? Yeah, we're definitely off center. This one has to come back a little bit. So let's tear this up. Sorry if this is painful to watch. Let's tear these out. And I think we can get a little better. Okay, repair that. That is back to the way it was. And now we want to kind of join up this one over here, and we want it to kind of line up this way. So let's try it. There's probably some tricks, but I don't know them. Not yet. See, that looks a little too far down, so we got to start back earlier. That looks a lot better. Yeah, those look like they line up. All right, let's get the rest of them merged in here. This guy. Boom. Boom. Having a little bit of trouble with this one. Yeah, this is the biggest one I've done. So I'm wondering if this guy is just too close. Can you do it? That looks right. And is it one more here? Oh, man. That looks good. We'll have to see if it actually works. I think is that symmetric? What am I missing? You guys probably see like obvious problems with this, but I don't. It looks like everybody's got a way into here, in that way, that way, that way, that way, and out straight, out to that one, out there. Yep. I think we're good. We'll find out. All right, let me take a look at the signals, and I think it's all, yeah, it's all pre-signals. Basically, every track, right? On the right side of every track coming in and coming out, we got pre-signals. Let's do that. Again, for the pros out there, this is just probably tedious to watch. And for the non-pros too. All right, let's do signals. We said pre-signals. I'm going to stick with these ones, even though they cost a little more, the lights. So we said to the right of every track coming in, and to the right of every track coming out. Very good. What's next? I'll get out of the build menu so we get our normal colors back. Going back to my example here. Okay, coming in a pre-signal and coming out a regular signal. And I realize we haven't done the blocks yet. Like I haven't done regular block signals along the tracks. We're going to have to do that when we add our second train to these tracks. So I do realize that's something that is missing that needs to get done. All right, on the way out, a regular signal, and the way in, a pre-signal. Let's get those added in there. Oh, wait a second. Where am I? I'm lost. Back out. Bear with me here for a second. There we are. Now I know where we're at. Kind of threw me off that we've got some things called Newport Beach here, and Newport Beach is actually a little bit further away. All right, we said a pre-signal coming in, so let's get that placed. There is probably fine, and then a regular signal coming out. We don't actually have to rotate the map. I can, as long as I put it on this side. Boom. I think, oh, there's some color coding there. I didn't even notice. Nice. Okay, I'll have to learn what this all means. All these different colored lines here. I have no idea. But I'm sure it means something. Very cool. Let me know in the comments if I totally messed that up. But that exchange looks like it's pretty good to me. Okay, next, I want roundabouts just because I think they give us flexibility. I know it maybe decreases some of the efficiency, but I like the idea of the flexibility they give us. Now, we could run this train track down here to this middle area and put a roundabout. That's not a bad spot. And these tracks come down here, feed a roundabout. I don't know that we'll need a station up here, but we can have a roundabout here that lets us go down and off. And then maybe, oh, maybe the top could route back this direction into a roundabout over here. I think I want a roundabout over here. If I can move this track. In fact, this whole branch of track is not being used. So we could delete that. But yeah, I'm thinking of a roundabout here. Let's get working on that and we'll just see how it goes. Let's level this train a little bit. We've got the cash. We're still over 6 million. And again, I've got to pause just so I can refund any mistakes that I make. And I'm thinking roundabout over here. In fact, I could just do it here. This train, I'm saving, waiting for the save lag. This track here is not being used. Neither is this little extension. That or any of this is not being used. So we could just move this track, this people train track over if we want to, and that would give us a little bit more space for a roundabout here, because this central spot is actually better. Why don't we do that? I know it's going to cost more. It's overkill, but I'm doing it because I think it's going to be a better placement. We'll reroute the people train track. This one, we're not getting all our money back on because we placed that train track earlier. But everything we play with while we're paused, we'll be able to get our money back. I'm going to take out a little bit more. And then I'm just looking at the land here to see how we want to do it. I don't think I need to terraform. Maybe we'll take up one level here. Right, we'll still come up one step from where the station is. That makes sense. I don't mind climbing up one level here. But then I think this is the right level for our roundabout. So I'm just going to bring this back a bit. Boom. And then maybe we'll fill in here a little bit. Something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, the more perfect it looks, the kind of faker it looks. I probably shouldn't have left that like a straight line, but we'll deal with that later. And how we doing? A little bit further over. I don't want it right here. Let's level this up a little bit more. We'll raise the land here. Again, that's more than we need, but we're making cash. Okay, and maybe a little bit here. Whoops, did I go up high enough? No, let's go a little bit higher. Right through here, this area. Boom and boom. All right, now I got to experiment with the roundabout. How do we want to do this? I'll show you kind of the technique I saw online. I don't know if this is the best way. And I'm sure I won't get the tracks to line up perfect, but let's see. We kind of want to have it right in the middle here. So if I do a track like this, this is where we're going to use our refunds probably. Do it like that. And then this is all just, fortunately we get our money back. This is all just a technique here. This track I'm putting on right now is all going to get thrown away. And boy, if there's a better technique or you've got a video you can link to, I'd love to see it. But I did see something along these lines. Is that a... And then I think it, whoops, I think it's something like this routine. This is probably bigger than it needs to be. All right, and then what was it? It was joining up these sides, I think. So somewhere in the middle here. Yeah, I think I could have made it a little more narrow. Okay, and then it's deleting all this stuff off. Don't need these or these guides here. Yeah, not... It's not perfect, but it is a circle-ish. It's a circle-ish. All right, let's get these tracks up. It probably makes sense for me to do a little bulldozing. I'll try the controller method here, or hitting control. I think that gives us a little nugget at a time. And then we can kind of come up this incline. And in fact, we probably want to, let's see, think about where these tracks are going to, I think they can come in. Well, I guess they're going to go this way. Well, we'll just play and find out. Here into here. One more. Let me just go take a look at one of the other ones. That could be made better. Maybe between episodes or something, I'll come back. Yeah, all we got to do is just merge in. It's pretty straightforward. Just need tracks coming into this. So let's see if we can get our other guy to look somewhat decent. That's not horrible. I'm not really shooting for perfection. I just want it to work. And then we can kind of put some little starter tracks this way. One more nugget. And that should join up. And maybe one here. We can move these later. I just want them there as kind of placeholders so we can visualize how to expand later. But that's a little snug, but that looks like that works. Let's do the other directions too. I know we don't immediately need them, but I'd rather do all this right now while we can. And this one, I would like to kind of line up. It's not too bad. Look at that. It's perfect. Not quite, but it's should function. Ooh, that looks a little sketchy, right? I don't know that this one would be able to make that turn. This one looks fine. If it wants to go that direction, it looks like that track looks great. This one, not so much. So let's bring this one in a little bit. May have to start this one on the inside a little bit more. Now that looks like that guy can make that sharp right turn. That looks good too. Let's come up here and just do this one real quick. We can always change these. I think that's going to work. It's not perfect, in case you didn't notice, but it's, I think that's going to be functional. Okay, let's do our signals before we forget on that. Let me look at my example here. I think it's pre-signals on every inside loop, and then pre-signals coming in. So pre-signal coming in, pre-signal coming in, and then it's regular block signals coming out. So let's do that. That shouldn't be too hard. As long as I don't get disoriented here. All right, hopefully I left enough room. It looks like there's enough room. So pre-signals, let's get those all placed. We want one. Oh, come on. Oh, we might be in trouble. It looks like I don't have enough of a line there. This one's fine, and this one's fine. This needs to change. Shoot. All right, let's do it. He's crying about it. Let's just see if we can get it a little straighter through here. I don't know if I left enough room. We'll find out. That looks better. Wow. As a whole. Ooh, is that enough of a turn? Let's try that again. Sorry if this is tedious. Go ahead and skip to the next episode if you haven't done so already. But I kind of need to get this straightened out. Definitely do not have the technique down yet. But we'll get there. That may be exactly what we had before, right? Exactly what we had before. I cannot place the signal. Yep. Let's take a look for a second. Now, these tracks clearly aren't lined up. Neither are these. This side looks okay. It's not symmetric, but it's going to work. This one we need to be a little wider. It could be we just need to take this part out, try a different approach. That could come out. That could come out. And we got a tiny little thing here. Let's pull that out. Let's try a little bit different. Leave a little more room this time coming up to the track. Boom. And then coming out of the turn, probably something like that, maybe. And then we'll worry about joining these guys up. I probably need that whole section gone. Let's see if this is going to cooperate. Signal, pre-signal here. Oh, still not enough. Wow, it looks like there's just as much room as there is here. Wonder why. We just don't have it straight enough. Let's try tearing this out. Again, this isn't costing us any money, so that's a good thing. Okay, you over to you. And now, boom, success. See how easy it is? It doesn't take much effort. I'm being facetious. All right. We said pre-signals coming in. Again, I need to take my own advice. I don't need to rotate the map to place signals. As long as you place them on the right side of the track, everything will be good. And then we can use the regular signals on the way out. So that's the way out. This is the way out. That curve is kind of hokey, but that'll work. And then, right, we did it. Look at that. Piece of cake. Do it in my sleep. And it sometimes looks like I am sleeping when I do this. So not bad. We're getting started. I apologize that it's a little on the slow side or a lot on the slow side. But again, I'm a total novice when it comes to trains. So next episode, we need to do a couple things. Now, we disconnected our people train. It is totally severed. We could run this in, but man, I don't know what that's going to do. I suppose we could try it and just see if this works. Matter of fact, why don't we just do it now? On the next episode, we'll see if this experiment works at all or not. It could be just setting ourselves up for trouble. This would, I guess, come and merge into this thing. And this one would come out. Oh, there's probably a signal needed here. Oh, boy. How about, boy, this is going to be a disaster. I'm sure of it. I'm going to pop, I'm just totally guessing here. I'm going to pop a pre-signal over here. Boom. And then that's a one-way, and that's a one-way. This is a two-way. That might be what the colors are showing me here. Or we got little arrows here too, right? One way and one way coming out. As we come in. Now, if I want to come onto this track, I think in this case, I actually want to change that to a pre-signal and then change this one to a signal. Yeah, we're going to run into some problems. I'm pretty sure of it, because now that we've got multiple trains, we need to be thinking about blocks. Like, I don't know if you've seen train signal tutorials, but everything after this signal is going to be a block up until it hits another signal. So this entire track, as I understand it, will be a block. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's fine. Could be fine. All right, coming out of it, pre-signal. Yeah, we'll see. All right, that's it for this episode. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this one's a little rough, and watching me do train tracks is not pleasant, but I'll get better over time. And so next episode, yeah, we will finish connecting this up, our new freight station. I'll have to figure out which which rails to actually use now to get us connected to this. So that might be another experiment, or we may have to put another circle, another roundabout over here, because we're trying to preserve the connection to our people train running up through town here. Eventually, if we double track this, or even if we just make a loop through town, we'll connect back up to here. But right now we've got just a two-way single line of track here. So that's why this part looks kind of different. And then, so I'll quit babbling. That's it for now. Next episode, again, we'll try and connect up our freight train network over to the Haver exchange that we just placed down so we can start shipping iron products by train. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.